welcome back to Drip Virals. Today I'm going to use this product to clean my Cayenne filter that was originally purchased for my car. I'm not using the BMW stock filter. This gives me a little bit more filtration, air filtration through, but less, I would say less in terms of debris getting past this, but a little bit more air goes through with this filter. So I'm going to use the Cayenne product in order to get this back to its red, clean, shiny look that it had prior. All right, here we go. As you can see in the directions, it says first we need to apply the cleaner. This is the cleaner over here, and we're going to spray that on, and we're going to let the water go through. And it says at number 2 to rinse it, and then we're going to let it dry, and then at the end we're going to add this oil to it. So first thing is let's spray the air filter and then rinse it out. Right now I'm using a sink that is normally used for, like, you know, cleaning out big things or things from outside. So this is a good spot for it. I would recommend that. I would not recommend cleaning this like in your sink in the kitchen. You don't want any stuff to get on your pots and spoons and things of that nature. You don't know if it comes off or one wash or not. But it says that to take this and spray it all over the filter. I'm gonna spray because my filter's pretty dirty. I'm gonna spray it both sides. Yes, I'm gonna give it a good soak for sure. Then let's flip this over. And let's spray the other side. To be honest with you, this smells like a detergent. Yeah, it just smells like a detergent. Very similar to something that like has like a little bit of bleach in it, not too much. Okay, once we've cleaned it, it says right here on the bottom, do not allow cleaner to dry. So I guess as soon as you spray it, then it's time to rinse it off. So let's do that now. Turn the sink on. Some nice, cool, steady water. This says nothing heavy. And just let it just clean things out. Let's take a look how the water looks coming through. It looks kind of clear. It's not really that dirty. Oh yeah, it's dirty. Look at that down there. Oh yeah, it's dirty. I didn't think it was at first, but it's pretty dirty down there. Alright, I'm gonna clean this off and I'll get back to you guys. As you guys can see, I got the stream of water going pretty good. The water underneath is not as dirty anymore. I've been going at this, let's say, for about a good 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Keep it going. But the direction does say, let me see over here, that it may be necessary to repeat the process, or to repeat the steps one or a second time. So, all right, so let's do that. I'm gonna repeat the process. Like I said, I'm gonna repeat the process. I'm gonna spray this down again. They give you a pretty decent amount in this package. Flip it over. Do it again the other side. There's nothing wrong with this. Cleaning it more than once. Repeating the process, and let's see what happens. Let's see if more dirt comes off. Okay. And guess what? Look at that. There's more dirt coming off. I'm pretty sure you're gonna have to do this a third time. So, alright. If I'm having this much dirt, look at this coming off the second time. It should get lighter. It looks like it's more dirt than the first time. Look at that. There's more dirt than the first time. So I'm gonna take this process again off camera, and I'll let you guys know how many times I did this to get this so the water is pretty much clear. So as you guys can see, this is as clean as I can get it. It took about 4 repeats until the water will start to come through the filter clear. I used more than half the bottle. I think I'm up to about here on the bottle. It just took that much to spray and really get this down where the water comes through clear on the bottom. So I'm doing this at night so I can leave this overnight and spray it with oil. I'm gonna get like a bottle top where it becomes a spray instead of just this pour. We don't want to pour, we want to spray across the lines, the oil. So, all right, I'm gonna let this sit here and soak. Well, not soak, but dry. And we'll see you guys in the morning. This is, I would say, the next day. And this is how the filter looks like. It looks pretty white, pretty clean. And just let it dry overnight. I didn't really support just let it dry for just a little while, and then that's it. So I let it dry overnight, and then now I'm going to take the red oil and spray it, and hopefully it turns red again. But I'm not too sure if that's, you know, the red is necessary, but I definitely the oil helps in capturing some of the debris. So let's get that spray. Since this bottle is practically completely empty, it's pretty much empty. There's a little bit left, practically right down here. I'm gonna take this spray top. I'm gonna clean this out, spray this spray top, and I'm gonna put it on the oil, into the oil one, because I don't want to just use this just to squeeze it. Because you know, if you squeeze oil, you could get a clump of oil on probably one side of the filter more than the other. But if you spray it, at least it comes out more, I would say, evenly, and you could just, you know, go across the filter back and forth. So it might be a little hack. Not much of a hack, but something that might be better than to just squeeze this red oil on there. This red cap, or I should say stopper, was inside the top of the oil, like covering like up here. Obviously you just take that off, and as you can see, you have some some oil residue here. Now obviously this oil bottle is taller than this one. I just pushed it down and force it down a little bit and turn it, because obviously the tube is going to be like on an angle this way, which is good to get the rest of this oil. You just want to use this top so it spreads out evenly across the filter. All right, hopefully this works. Let's see. Okay, so with this, you gotta like spray it across on the line. As you can see, it comes out more evenly this way. But you can see it's starting to get red
I was hoping that it would splash more than anything, but obviously it's not splashing, so. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna be doing this for a little bit. After this, it says to let it sit for like 20 minutes before you install it into the vehicle. So when I get back when I get done spraying this, I'll get you back on camera. As you can see, I just finished spraying this down and it's all nice and red again, like I remember purchasing it from the store. I just gotta use a little cloth to get some extra oil out on the sides before I install it. The direction says let it wick for 20 minutes. I'm guessing wick is like, let it sit for 20 minutes. But I'll probably let it sit for like 30 minutes, let some of that sit in correctly. And also wherever there's excessive oil probably would just go down onto this carton or this box. So in about 20 minutes or so, I would say 30 minutes or so, I'll install it in the car. Okay guys, this is how it came out after about, I would say, more than 30 minutes. I would say 40 minutes of just letting the air out. It looks almost practically new. You see these little things here, that's just a little wire that's like, that it gets twisted a little bit so it has like a little brighter color to it. But everything else looks great. As you can see here, it's a little bit of oil residue, but I'm gonna wipe those off. But the filter itself is great. It's definitely good. So it's time to install this back in there and see what happens. While I'm at it, I'm gonna be changing the cabin air filter also. All you have to do is take out these 4 screws over here, and then there's 1 screw here. There should be 1 over here, but my thing snapped here. So take it off, flip it over. This is the cabin air filter. This is what you're breathing into the car that gets cleaned before the air goes into the car. And I also have a new one, still in the plastic, and we're gonna switch the two. Now in order to take this cabin air filter off, there's like a little snap clip here. You just pull that down, pull this up. There's 3 of them. Pull the inner tab up, down, and then pull this up. And then the last one. And then now this cabin air filter should come off. By the way, this is the original one, so this has been in the car since the beginning. Let's compare the two. As you can see, this is darker and dirtier than the new one I'm gonna put in. I know that some people say to just clean this out and put it back in, but this is cotton or cloth, and once you get these wet or you try to clean them, they're not the same anymore. They don't filter the same. And then also, whatever you clean it with, that smell stays on this, and now you're breathing it into the main air cabin of the vehicle. So, okay, now to put the new one on, as you can see, there's these little grooves here. They go in on the inside portion in here. There's not a specific place for it, but it does need to be over this lip behind this holder. So we take it and we, okay, fix this, put it down. You just match it like a puzzle. I think I need 2 hands for this. Now to put this in, I'll be right back. All right, once you get the lip on the inside that I showed you, now you just line it up with the clips, push it down, push it in, make sure this lip is above the snapper. Same thing here. And then this last one. And that's it. Just take this reassert this back into the engine bay area, and then replace your screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and as you guys know, I'm missing one. And if you have to replace those screws, those are self-tapping screws. Those are not regular screws, they're self-tapping, and they pretty much hold in place. All right. Okay, now I'm installing the filter back in. Can move this over a little bit. That's got. There we go. There we go. Okay, all's good. The seams fits all around. All right, put the cover back on. It's got a hook onto these little edges over here. There's 2 of them. Now it fits well. Now clip them back on. All right, it's on this side. The one here. One down low, middle. All right, almost missed one. All right, so it's on. Let's start the motor, see what we get. All right, we're gonna start the car. Everything looks good, everything sounds good. Starting normal. No issues really, so I guess I count this as a success. I'll take it for a drive a little later. And now I'm just gonna chill.